What if the speed of light was 30 miles an hour?
What if Earth had two suns?
Which cereal mascot would win in a fight?
What if everyone lived underground?
What if it
What
rained
if money
food?
grew on
What
trees?
if pigs could fly?
I don't know if that would actually happen.
It's much easier to store a unicycle than to store a horse.
Hello everybody and welcome to Absurd Hypotheticals, the show where we overthink dumb questions so you don't have to. I'm your host Marcus Lehner, and I'm joined here today by Chris Yee and Ben Storms. Say hi, guys.
Hey, I'm Chris.
Hey, I'm Ben.
First off, apologies if I sound a little bit weird. I have the use of approximately 0 of my nasal cavities at the moment. I'm a bit congested. According to my home test, not COVID, so I'm doing all right, just regular seasonal things. But yeah, I might sound a little nasally and whatnot. I'm going to do my best to not sound like that and not make any gross noises during the duration of this podcast. I'm going to do my absolute best. But besides that, we are doing a lightning round today.
We're back from our break.
Oh, and that too! Yeah, this is the first one after the break. So, hello everybody again. Hello.
Hello, it's been a month.
Yeah, what a month it was. Or is about to be. We're recording this a bit in advance, so I don't even know what it is.
You're sick on our break.
I know, I'm wasting it. Or it's convenient. One of the two. Convenient for you, the listener. Inconvenient for me, the person who's sick. Anywho, we're doing a lightning round. We've done a bunch of these. We do one every 10 episodes. But for those of you who it's your first time listening to the show or just need a refresher, generally we go and have like one question or up to like, each one question each, and we do a bunch of research, and then we come up with some prepared answers here. This is lightning round. We're doing a lot of questions. We're doing them just off the cuff, no research. We're just going to read them and go for it. Generally
stupider questions.
Yeah, this is this is like our question graveyard. We're like, oh, that's a fun question, but man, that's not going to be a whole episode. But that's what we're going to do today. And I don't see any reason not to just dive right in. So, first one is, what if clouds were solid or semi-solid? Like, what if clouds were solid? You could like stand on them like in the cartoons.
So I assume they just carry as much weight as we want.
Yeah, like you could definitely walk on it, which means they can carry pretty much as much weight as you want.
Okay, so I feel like that's a lot more real estate. Do they like move around and disappear?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Huh. So maybe it's not a lot of real estate.
Well, it's a lot of not very valuable real estate. Let's put it that way.
Do they bump into stuff? Would it bump into things? Like, are you walking down the street and you have like, a wispy, foggy cloud just come like boop?
Oh yeah, clouds go low. I forgot. I assume they would, and there'd be like a problem with skyscrapers and birds and planes and stuff, obviously.
How many skyscrapers would actually be a problem with? Like, how low do clouds actually get?
I mean, fog. Does fog count as a cloud?
I would say yes, but I would say that falls into the semi-solid part, right? Where there's going to be resistance, but it's not going to be like a brick wall, right?
Like a giant thing coming at you.
Yeah, because that causes a lot more problems than we maybe want to get into if there's just like a brick wall sliding across the ground anytime it's a foggy day.
Yeah, that would be bad. Buildings are still going to have a tough time even with semi-solid stuff. Actually, wind is one of the things that decides how tall buildings can be. Like, it's not about how heavy these really tall buildings get. It's about how much they're about to get pushed over by the wind. So if you add in like a lot of semi-solid cloud to that, pushing things around, that could be very problematic for skyscrapers, just in general sense.
Well, do you think they would like knock over the skyscraper or they just bounce off? In my head, they're like balloon-like, kind of.
Yeah, I imagine they would like splash around it a little bit, but like you're just gonna have, it's just a lot more force that way. Like it is gonna cause, like skyscrapers would be knocked down by this if you have a semi-solid cloud going the same speed as like a wispy cloud.
Or would we like design built-in cloud deterrents in our skyscrapers somehow? Like giant
Chris,
fans.
Explain to me. Oh, a giant fan. Okay, I was going to ask what a cloud deterrent looks like.
It's like the opposite of a windmill.
Yeah.
Proactive windmills. Windmills now just operate under their own power to make sure they don't get knocked over.
I mean, I feel like the elephant in the room here is air travel, right?
Yeah, I think that if this was happening, we would ditch planes, like our current design of planes, and we would use the clouds to fly.
Yeah, would you just would it be better for clouds to just like, planes can fly, but they would rather drive on cloud tops?
I love this mental image.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to predict what the cloud pattern is going to be. I guess that just like the weather.
Yeah, there'll be a bit less autopilot, but a lot more awesome twists and turns and dives, and it's gonna be very roller coastery running, going across these clouds.
Yeah, clouds aren't really like connected a lot of the time. You're gonna have to like jump from cloud to cloud.
Yeah, that's why your plane's got to be able to fly. First, it's got to get up there, and two,
I guess like a glider thing would work. You do have to get up there. I mean, that's what your skyscraper is for.
oh, you just start at the skyscraper and then you just go.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's what
I like
airports
this.
are. No more
So
airports, just skyscrapers.
It's like the space elevator idea, but just you only have to get to the cloud level,
Right.
which is a lot more feasible. Hey, all right, there we go.
You could probably ride a cloud for a while too. Like, never mind going across the clouds, but if you have like a big cloud and like a jet stream going across, is there a consistent enough jet stream that you could ride a cloud from like, New York to London?
I'm gonna one up you. If the clouds are solid and thereby, obeying, physics, could you just put a big honking fan on the back of one and turn it into a big hovercraft, basically?
Yeah, absolutely, you can.
It's just like a natural blimp.
Yeah.
You just air travels. You go up a skyscraper. You bring your big fan. You throw your big fan onto a cloud, strap it in, and you just go.
You don't even need to bring your own fan. The skyscraper already has it.
Well, it only gets you started.
Well, you can't take it with you. The skyscraper will get knocked down.
Yeah, but you won't be there. You're fine.
That is a very selfish way of viewing the world, Mr. Chris.
I don't want to fly on a plane you're piloting.
How long do you think it would take for the cloud to... Like, I don't know how long clouds travel, or how fast clouds travel.
I don't know, but I'm going to find out. How fast do clouds travel?
Also, how fast do hovercrafts travel?
High cirrus clouds are pushed along by jet stream and can travel at more than 100 miles an hour.
Whoa.
Which is not very fast, because planes are a bit faster than that.
Still pretty fast.
I mean, it's about a fifth the speed of planes.
It was like a train.
Yeah, so it would be 30 hours if you wanted to, go to Europe.
Well, that's not great.
So it's like a mid... Like, it's in between a car and a plane. It's like the middle ground.
Yeah, also, even though you can ride that cloud, it is taking a bit of a risk if your cloud dissipates. Like, if your cloud starts to rain, now you are just on top of a dissolving thing with a big fan.
I forgot that these clouds are actually holding water and that they could rain.
Is rain just a cloud now falling down? Cloud just fall down?
I mean, I guess would it just be a giant... Actually, that wouldn't be solid. It would be liquid then. I was going to say, wouldn't it be a giant water drop then? And it just drops... It would be my giant water drop from whatever episode it was.
Yeah, that you totally do the physics properly on. So yeah, if you just drop that water droplet, you would that would be a really great train. We'll just say that. We'll just invent the physics. I don't think we're getting better than cloud cars. So let's hop on to the next one here. What if the internet broke? I feel like we break the internet into a bunch of our questions, but don't oftentimes address it. So what if we just, nowadays, with all our gadgets and all our reliance upon it, what if the internet just broke? Just no more internet.
I mean, we rely on the internet pretty heavily.
I feel like you see it, like, every once in a while there will be, like AWS will go down, or, like, Microsoft servers will go down or something, and, like, a third of the world stops working just from that. So I can only imagine if the entire internet breaks.
Or Fortnite goes down.
Well, that's usually because one of those went down. But point stands,
Yeah.
yes.
How would you know? How long do you go without Wi-Fi before you go and suspect that everybody else is having the same problem?
Before you think it's just a you problem.
Right, until you go outside and encounter somebody else outside who's like, oh yeah, no, I also don't have internet, and then you have to find a third person to be like, oh shit, is it all the internet is broken?
Well, but I feel like even at that point, you'd probably think...
It's local.
Yeah, you still think it's a local thing, right? You wouldn't think the entire internet broke.
Yeah, because if the internet broke, surely people would be tweeting about it.
If you're watching a live broadcast of something on TV, they might mention that their internet is down. If it's a news outlet, and they can't report the news or something, I don't know. Then you might catch on.
Should we kill should we just say it includes radio waves and tele broadcasting stuff like that, so that there's it's oh no internet things?
No, I think that gets too broad, because I think what actually winds up happening then, if it is just the internet, the first people who hear about it are people in doctor's office waiting rooms, right? Because that's basically the only place now where the news will consistently be on for people to hear about it. I guess the question is just how quickly will it spread from those waiting rooms? Here's a question I'm posing to you. If you were in the doctor's waiting room and the news announced that the internet was broken, would you call someone to tell them?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would definitely call somebody I would definitely be like, if the entire internet was broken, I would like be calling my family because that's some big world shit.
I guess that's fair.
Maybe not day one, like maybe not like the first couple hours because it's like, oh, the internet's broken. I'm sure they'll get it working again in an hour or two.
They, quote unquote, they. Who's they?
Yeah, I don't know who fixes the internet. Verizon, like if the internet breaks, who's doing something about it?
So if that's the case, see, now I'm still trying to figure out when it'll actually like become widely known.
Who decides that it's actually everyone?
That's a good question.
Because you can't really know for sure unless you like call everyone. I mean, I guess if the world leaders know that like their region is out and then they call the other world leaders, eventually we'll figure it out. But everyone has to like call each other.
I mean, communication there was world news before the internet.
Right, but like what percentage of people do you think watch the news on TV?
Well, suddenly a lot more if there's no internet.
You know what? You make a very compelling argument.
That is true.
That is true. I would probably turn on the daily news if the internet had been gone for several hours.
I don't think I would go to the news right away. I would just watch something else. And then I feel like, because I don't watch the news daily on, like...
Chris would be like, man, the internet's broken. I'm going to, like, watch the first 3 seasons of Friends I got on DVD before I go and resort to watching the news about the global catastrophe of no internet.
Like, you really don't think that... So, like, you would... So here's how I feel like it would go for me, right? Is the internet would be out. I would ignore it for, like, an hour or so because, you know, I'd be like, oh, the internet's out, whatever. Eventually, I'd send a text to, you know, like a group chat and be like, wow, my internet's been out for like an hour. What the hell, guys? And everyone else would be like, hey, me too. And then that's when I might start getting a little bit more concerned / confused / whatever. And I'd probably at least consider turning on the news.
That's probably accurate. Actually, I don't have cable, so I would probably... Normally, I just watch stuff on YouTube, so I can't do that anymore. I would probably just start playing video games.
You wouldn't, like, call someone at that point?
Not right away. Like, I don't know how long I would wait until I call someone, but I feel like I'd play video games for a while. At least a few hours.
I guess that's fair.
I think you get a good, like, hour and a half, 2 hours. But once you realize the scale, like, the tone, the mood will change. Like,
right.
People are going to be on the, not like rioting, but people will be on the streets being like, what the fuck? What do we do? There's no, now what?
Yeah, once I realize what's happening, I probably would walk outside and see what other people are doing.
I mean, there's also stuff like, okay, my money's in the bank that is internet accessed. Like, if there's no internet, do they have my money still?
Well, yes. Because, yes, they definitely do. I hadn't thought about, like, suddenly, basically all payment systems don't work. Like, you can't use a credit card.
Except, you know, the main
Except
one.
for cash.
Well, yeah, you can use cash, right? Like that's it. But you can't get cash off an ATM.
You could use checks, too.
You can use checks. You're right. Wow.
But who would take checks if there's no internet? This is going to bounce?
I mean,
Don't
you
know.
can cash a check without a bank account, right? Oh, I guess the person giving the check needs... Yeah, never mind.
You can cash a check without a bank account. You just have to go to a cash... You have to go to one of those check cashing places.
Right, but the person giving the check needs a bank account.
Yes. It would be... Like, banks actually might even be a bad example, because the banks do have enough... I'm sure they have enough redundant systems that, like...
I mean, yeah, they just do what they did in, like, the 70s, right? Like, you have to go back that far to be where banks weren't using the internet for shit, so banks will survive. It'll be hard for us to get to our money more easily, because, like, you know, I don't know about you guys, I carry maybe $12 in cash on me at any one point in time, unless I'm specifically going to a cash-only restaurant or something.
My typical move, nobody mug me, is... Like, when I go on vacation, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put some bunch of money in my wallet, and then never think about that again. So there's always just a bunch of money in my wallet.
See, I don't even do that. I don't know. I feel like I'm less likely to have money in my wallet when I go on vacation.
You don't travel with cash? Are you crazy?
Not in my wallet.
If I'm going to a different country, then yes. But yeah, if I'm just in America somewhere else, then I don't. Most
I
places
usually have
take
it
credit
like in my
card.
bag or something. Yeah. Right. I have a card. I have a card that's international. So.
But like for emergencies, like I don't know.
Yeah, keep it my luggage. I don't keep it like in my wallet.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's better systems than just the wallet. That is true. I'm like, you don't carry like emergency cash like when you travel. You should probably do that.
Yeah, no, I do that. Yeah, it's not on me.
All right. Well, it's bad. we range from checking in with our family somewhere between 2 and 3 hours and playing a bunch of video games and watching 3 seasons of Friends before, like, maybe I text somebody.
I wouldn't choose Friends. I'd choose a different show. I like Friends, but other shows are better.
In those trying circumstances, I'm gonna need something besides Friends.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, this one's topical because I recently gotten a Fitbit. What if you had a maximum number of steps per day? Once you've exceeded this number of steps, that's it. You're done. You cannot walk anymore.
What are we saying our maximum is?
Let's say it's 10,107.
So how that's I assume that's how much you've walked today.
Yeah, so it's how many miles is that? It's 4.75 miles. Which is pretty good. I've been sick today.
I feel like that's like above average.
That's definitely going to be above average.
Yeah, maybe 5,000. 5,000 I think is like if I do like a medium normal day.
The average American walks 3,000 to 4,000 steps a day, or roughly 1.5 to 2 miles.
Okay, and what are we saying happens if you run out of steps? You just can't walk anymore, and
You
you're
cannot
stuck
walk
there?
anymore. You are stuck there. What counts as a step?
I think each leg is a step.
Okay, each leg is a step.
Yeah. Right foot, left foot, right foot is 3 steps.
If you like shift your feet, do you have to actually move for it to be a step?
You mean like if you're walking in place, is that a step?
Or like if I'm sitting at my desk and I pick up my foot and put it back down, is that a step?
No, I would say no.
I think we do like activity tracker rules where any step like motion is a step.
Okay.
So literally just whatever your Fitbit says.
Yeah, you have a Fitbit on, and whatever your Fitbit says.
Oh God. Oh, rolly chairs are gonna get real popular. Like, I honestly think that's a lot of it is gaming the system, right?
I mean, we turn into the world of Wall-E.
Basically, yeah.
Except only our like non-dominant arm is immobilized so that it doesn't track steps.
We just learned to walk very smoothly.
Kind of unrelated to the actual question. Do you know that the 10,000 steps a day thing is complete BS? There's no like actual medical reasoning for it?
Like that 10,000 is the number, or that a number of steps is helpful?
That 10,000 is the number.
Oh yeah, I don't care about that.
Yeah, the reason it was chosen, it was when like the first, I don't remember if it was actually a Fitbit or like similar device was made. The kanji for 10,000 looks like a little walking man. And so they just picked that because of that, basically.
Love it. Although my Fitbit does do like the one thing I do like about it. Now I'm excited about it because it's new and fancy and on my wrist. But it doesn't just do like, oh, how many steps do you get in a day? It also like makes sure you're active throughout the day. So if I have an hour where like it wants you to get 250 steps per hour, and so 10 minutes before the hour's up, it's like, get your ass up. You've been sedentary for an hour. And 250 steps is like walking around my living room like 3 times. Like it is not a lot of steps.
I just, I didn't get a Fitbit, but I downloaded a step counter on my phone last week for like the first time. I don't know why it took me so long. But last week I basically didn't go anywhere. I just stayed in my apartment. So I have like an average, and my apartment is like super small. So like going to the bathroom is like 30 steps or less than 30 steps, like 15 steps maybe. So my average steps per day is like, I don't know, 40.
Oh no.
That's slow.
I think I get more than 40 steps brushing my teeth.
Yeah, I mean, the phone's in my pocket, and I also don't take it with me when I go to the bathroom. I just leave it on my desk, so still, though, very low.
I'm gonna steal a meme that got sent to me today. Fitbits are just Tamagotchi, except the stupid animal you're trying to keep alive is you. But yeah, so what if you had a maximum number of steps?
Yeah, we haven't really talked about the actual hypothetical.
We'll say 3,000, so on the low end of the average. We'll go with that.
I mean, you just have to plan everything out very carefully. I guess we could use rolly chairs and like things that like once you get in your car, you're fine, I guess.
All the things that I like to do are gonna get a lot more popular. Like, oh, you want to go do a sport activity for a while? Go bowling. Go play like a round of golf. Like go to a bar and hang out and chill. Go watch a movie. None of this like go to the club. I'm not going to the club. It's that's way too many steps.
I don't think you waste any of your steps on leisure though. It's too, like, 3,000 isn't very high.
Although, that would actually be a pretty awesome club theme, is you just hit a maximum number of steps and then you collapse on the dance floor. That's it, you're done with the day. Because at the end of the day, you don't need to go anywhere else, so you just max out your steps there, and then you get up and go home in the morning.
Do you think the clubs would have emergency people that are required to not walk so that they have extra steps in case other people run out of steps?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The bouncer's gonna be like, "Don't mess with me, bruh. I've only taken 85 steps today."
So how much does this change like restaurants, right? Because
Ooh,
I
the
feel like
waiters.
people don't. Well, I feel like people just don't go to restaurants that often.
I mean, yeah, I guess the waiters could be wheeled around and stuff too.
Conveyor belt restaurants.
Right, you can do exactly. You can do the conveyor belt
Yeah.
restaurants like they have at like sushi places and stuff.
I mean, back to what I was saying before, I don't think you do anything leisure related with your steps. You don't waste it. Like, if you have to go somewhere, like, if you really have to go somewhere, then it's a waste, and you run out of steps, that's a big deal.
Oh man, imagine you're just like, "Oh, thank God, I made it to bed with like 29.97. Oh God, I gotta pee." How close can I get an attack angle on my toilet from 3 steps?
I mean, I do think smaller houses will be more popular, or apartments,
definitely.
studio apartments.
I will also say that like living in the city probably becomes a lot less popular. Like cities are probably it's a weird combination, right? Because part of the appeal of living in a city is that you can walk to things, but suddenly you can't do that.
It's like counterintuitive because a city is more dense, so things are closer together, but you can't really, like, it's not car friendly, really.
Oh, that's what you need. You need a secret slide that goes from your couch right into your car seat, so you don't have to walk to the garage.
Is the mobile home just suddenly like the ultimate life hack?
No, I think that's true in 0 circumstances.
Oh, I was all excited for the mobile home's time to shine.
I mean, we probably would just all get hoverboards or segways.
Oh,
or
damn, that's
something.
the answer.
Oh, yeah, that's the answer.
I like that.
Well, yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, well, there we go.
All right, here's a fun one. What if all toilets disappeared overnight? You wake up, it's midnight. Let's do the immediate impact. You wake up, it's 1 a.m. You stumble into your bathroom. You debate whether you really have to turn the lights on or not, and then you're like, "Fuck it, fine," and you hit the lights on, and boom, your toilet's gone.
And I assume it's just like a hole in the ground where like the piping was and stuff.
Yep.
In that case, I'd probably just go outside and pee somewhere.
Oh, well, I mean, I would pee in the shower, probably.
Oh yeah, in the shower too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Pee in the shower, go back to sleep, and deal with it in the morning.
Yeah, I might like, watch a couple seasons of Friends, and then, play a couple games, and then ask if anybody else's toilet disappeared.
Is it actually funny that we would definitely find out that all the toilets were gone before we found out that all the internet broke?
No, this isn't much. It's very funny that it's true, but it's absolutely 100%.
It's 100% true, yeah. Because if this happens, if you you sleep through the night, you wake up in the morning, you go to the bathroom, your toilet's not there. That is the first thing you're going to deal with is texting everyone you know, or at least texting whatever like your group chat is. Like, what the fuck, my toilet's gone.
Yeah, it's like, what is anyone else like? What can you believe it? I just woke up, my toilet's gone. Like I'm really freaking out here.
You'd probably think that someone stole your toilet, but then other people would say that their toilet's gone.
Actually, wait. Well, this one, the internet is there, so you'd see it all over the internet first.
Yeah. I mean, it would go a lot faster than the internet.
Yeah.
Because the internet's like a common thing, sort of, that you lose your internet, so people don't really check right away.
Yeah, you don't lose your toilet. That one doesn't happen. Actually, what if we change the question? The toilet is still there, it just doesn't work. Suddenly, every toilet is broken in a way that is unfixable.
Then it's a similar situation to the internet.
I think it's still faster than the internet, though.
It probably is faster than the internet because...
No, actually, no. It would be a while before I complained to someone my toilet was broken. Like, I wouldn't complain to if my toilet disappeared, I'm telling everybody. If my toilet's broken, there's like select few people that would care enough about my day with my toilet being
But
broken.
here's what would happen is you would call a plumber, and the plumber would say, "I can be there next Thursday because I've had 18,000 calls this morning." And then you would start asking questions. Or the plumber would start asking questions. One of the two.
That would probably be the same for the internet, though.
As a plumber, would you assume it's all prank calls?
If you're a plumber, your toilet breaks. You realize that your toilet is broken.
But that's not perfect evidence. Like, if I'm a plumber and my toilet's broken, whatever, I'll go look at it. I mean, I guess they could then identify that it's an unfixable weird problem that's magic. But, like, you get a call, "Hey, my toilet's broken, can we fix it?" "Yeah, sure." You get a half dozen of those, it's like, oh, busy day. When you get to like a dozen, and it's like your phone's ringing off the hook, and everyone's like, "Hey, can I my toilet's broken, can you come fix it?" "What's wrong with it?" "I don't know, it's just broken." Like, at what point you're like, okay, this is a prank. And my toilet happens to also be broken today, but whatever.
A very, very elaborate prank.
I mean, it's more believable than everyone's toilet is broken in the same way.
So Chris, so you say you wouldn't you think you would realize the internet thing first? Like how long would you wait to call the plumber if your toilet was broken?
No, I said I would realize the toilet thing first.
Oh, you did. Okay. I thought you were.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
How long do... All right, here's your real life. Here's an adulting question. How long between when your toilet's broken do you call a plumber?
How broken are we talking?
Broken, like it doesn't flush, but it's not like leaking or anything.
I mean, I would probably call a plumber very quickly because we only have one bathroom.
Yeah, I guess I would call the plumber pretty much immediately after the one-time use. I wouldn't use it multiple times before calling.
Right.
But once I've used it once, there's a long time before I'm like, oh man, I really need a toilet again.
Yeah, but you know that you can't fix it that first time. It's not like it's going to fix itself just sitting there.
Oh, but that's the thing is, I think I would just believe that I'll figure this out. I'll fiddle with something
really?
here and make it work.
So, okay. And I feel like if my toilet, because we've had, a situation where the flapper will break or something. And I definitely drop everything to look at the toilet until I can see immediately what's wrong with it. And if not, I am 100% calling a plumber.
I guess I think I'm overestimating the amount of time that I would act like I know what I'm doing. It's probably on the scale of, single digit minutes. Maybe 10 minutes.
Right, exactly. You're gonna open the tank, look at it, pull the little handle on the flapper, go, huh, and then call a plumber. That's what you're gonna do.
Comparing it to the internet again, it's not like the internet, someone somewhere else might be fixing it, and you can just wait.
Right, yeah. If your thought's not gonna be, oh, the central toilet's broken. If I wait, it'll sort itself out. It's gonna be, no, my toilet's broken. Someone's gotta fix this.
It's I gotta fix that, but it's like, am I gonna fix it now myself, or am I gonna put this off for an hour and then call the plumber?
It'll be a future me problem.
I won't be the first in line of the 18,000. I'll say that.
I feel like toilet is one of those things that I am going to call the plumber immediately because I want that fixed.
I also have the luxury of 2 toilets, so it's never that drastic.
But I guess for you, you would go and you would see that neither of your toilets are working.
It'd be a lot more obvious for you.
Yeah, that's true. All right, next question here. What if all dogs were as big as Clifford?
Okay, how big is Clifford?
How big
Good
is
first
he?
question. How big is Clifford the big red dog? Big. From 8 feet tall to 35 feet, depending upon the book you're reading.
What do we want to go with?
In the film, though, he's firmly 10 feet tall, a height chosen apparently because it made him big, but not too big.
Let's go with that. Let's go with 10 feet tall.
10 feet. I feel like I imagine him bigger. In my head, he's house size.
I do too. I imagine like a 25-foot dog.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah, according
better.
to Wikipedia, it says 20. It shows him different sizes, but it says shown being about 25 feet.
Yeah, let's go 25. Forget the movie.
Okay, so
The opening scene, apparently, of Clifford the movie, there's a magical animal rescuer played by John Cleese, who tells Emily that Clifford will grow depending on how much you love him, and that's why Clifford is so big.
So just love him less, and it won't be an issue anymore. I mean, obviously, the issue is finding a place for him to live.
I'm gonna go with a bigger issue, which is that dogs are omnivorous. Actually, wait, they're straight up carnivorous, aren't they? I guess they can eat
They can eat
things.
plants, I think.
But I guess my point is more that if dogs are Clifford size, we probably don't domesticate them. And instead just have 25-foot tall carnivorous dogs running around that are most likely the dominant species on the planet or have died off because they ate everything already.
I mean, there are animals that big that aren't the dominant species.
That are herbivores, not carnivores.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, also, there would definitely be this dog has to eat, twice its body weight every day or else its metabolism breaks down, in which case it's a very hungry giant dog.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
If this was a full answer for a main episode, we'd totally have an answer with the poop problem and eating and stuff.
I'm going to go ahead and just call it now that at some point we're going to work this into a classic books grab bag and do all the math on this because now I'm kind of interested. Or children's book or something. We'll figure it out.
Speaking of the food and the eating problem, man, it's going to be so gross when dogs decide to eat their own poop when they're giant.
Yep, not great.
That's just going to be unpleasant.
So, Ben, you think that the world would turn into us defending ourselves from dogs?
Defending ourselves suggests that we have a chance.
Well, Ben, you're forgetting we've domesticated dogs. Dogs are man's best friend. We are going to be fighting dogs with dogs. It's going to be the mounted dog brigade versus the wild wolves.
I guess if dogs were always 25 feet tall, we are extinct. If dogs become 25 feet tall, I guess they wouldn't just eat us immediately.
The only other problem is that, in my experience, there is no upper limit in dog size where a dog decides I am no longer a lap dog.
This is a very good point.
So no matter how much your dog wants to protect you and love you, it's going to want to love you too much. It's going to be like, ooh, I can just climb on your shoulders. Oh, oops, I am, 3,500 pounds and you're dead.
I mean, they would just basically immediately destroy all the buildings around them.
They would.
Like, unintentionally.
They would see another
by
giant
expansion?
dog and... Well, I was just thinking, they'd see another giant dog and try to run towards it, and then a block is destroyed. Yeah, dogs stay dog size. I like that plan. Let's do that. Dog size dogs.
All right, coward. All right, well, this will be a fun. I'm sure this will be a fun conversation. All right, what if all animals and plants produced milk?
This is such a weird question.
Hate this.
So how does the plant produce milk? Like, through what process?
Lactation.
Like, where does it come out of?
Nipples.
Flour?
Oh.
Nipples.
All plants have nipples now.
I mean, I guess, yeah, technically, right? Like,
You gotta put a nipple on everything.
is there any way to get to milk that doesn't involve a nipple? I'm not a scientist. I don't know the answer to that, but I don't think there is. So there's the starter answer. Everything has nipples now. Thanks, guys. Thanks for that.
It's a good start.
Where's the placement of this nipple?
I mean, going off of evolution, I guess, center mass, I don't know. Like,
So it'd be like on the trunk of a tree and not like the branches.
yeah, I'd imagine so.
I don't know where to go from there.
I don't either.
You can make way more cheeses than you could before.
Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate this so much.
Is anyone making human cheese, or is this like from weird comedy shows in my brain?
Oh,
I'm
that
sure
can't be it.
People have tried it.
I'm sure it's
I don't
happened.
know.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't like thinking about it.
I'm Googling it.
Cheese made from human bacteria merely tops a list of unlikely cheeses that are bound in the outer reaches of gastronomy.
It is possible to make cheese with breast milk. Apparently on MasterChef, a contestant once served Gordon Ramsay breast milk mac and cheese.
Oh.
Oh man.
Did he know?
I don't know. That's the only context I have.
I don't even know why we included animals in this question. Really, the plants is the more interesting part.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about the plants, guys. Let's talk about the plant.
Yeah,
animals.
can we go back to plant nipples? That was a way less awkward part of this conversation, which is a thing I never expected to say.
The grass? Does grass produce milk?
I mean, it's a plant.
Yep, it's gonna have a little grass nipple.
Little nipple.
Grass, milk dew.
Morning dew, little white morning dew.
So, honestly, I think one of the biggest changes here is that I feel like there are actually a lot fewer, just like strictly like herbivore animals, right? Like if there's milk everywhere, aren't animals just gonna drink milk?
That's a lot of like nutrients.
Yeah, right? Like,
Yeah, no, that's actually really true. It's gonna actually like really. Oh man, like the winning animals are just gonna be ones that could like suck up the most grass milk in the morning.
oh god, I hate this question so much.
Just a big mop mouth dog or something, just like.
The thing is, there's probably going to be an excess of milk. Like, not all the milk is going to be consumed. So there's just going to be milk sitting around that can rot and get gross.
Also, does like a tree make just like a huge amount of milk? Can it just like is it just like a nipple cannon when you walk by a tree?
I was imagining it like a constant drip.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for
Okay.
you for that.
okay.
I guess that's not how like normal nipples work, but
It's not. It's not at all.
These aren't normal nipples. These are tree nipples.
We've made a lot of mistakes on this podcast. This is hands down the biggest one we've ever made, and I don't say that lightly.
who put this question on a list?
Who did this?
Oh no, we can't find out anymore. We only know who copy pasted
deleted
over
it.
to the lightning round.
I'm gonna find out. I'm going back into history and find out after we record this and blaming one of you because I know it wasn't me.
I hope someone wrote what if all animals produce milk and someone added end plants.
That
That's what I think
definitely happened.
All right. Well, we'll do that. That's after this episode. You can let us know on the next fireside chat, Ben. If you want to go check out that fireside chat, just subscribe to our Patreon.
Now we have to remember to talk about that.
Next question. What if the speed of all animals was reversed? Like a sloth is now as fast as a cheetah, etc., etc.
Different animal, like the food chain would reverse, I guess.
If we're saying it reversed, we're saying it happens like instantaneously. And then the very sad answer is probably just that basically every predator dies.
So interestingly, only so many predators actually outspeed their prey by like a significant margin. Like it's actually a lot more tactics than straight speed. Because we did do like if all animals the same speed, and there's like it's actually not the most popular tactic to just be faster than your prey, because prey will actually just very closely match in speed evolutionarily. Like ignore the cheetah being the very fastest, but like wolves and stuff, they're like maybe like 8 to 10% faster than the stuff they hunt. Not like enough to really catch them in a straight race.
So what are we saying is the fastest speed and what's the slowest speed?
Cheetah is actually the fastest at 60.
They're the fastest land animal. Are we including like birds?
Well, birds diving doesn't really count, I don't think.
Okay.
Because they're not accelerating themselves to that speed, they're just dropping.
So for simplicity, we're just talking about land animals.
Well, just say 60 is the fastest animal is 60. Self-propelled 60. The slowest animal, which is really a fun one, is the sea anemone.
Oh yeah, with their 1 foot.
Yep.
Yeah, they have 1 foot at the bottom called a pedal disc. When predation or changes to conditions around them leads to them taking a stroll, time-lapse photography has managed to capture them moving at a pace of around 1 centimeter per hour.
So we would be faster, right? Or would we? Yeah, we would be faster.
Yeah, we're on the lower end of the average. So we go, if we just flip over 30, instead of going top speed like 15, we can now go top speed like 45.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty handy. Still can't outrun the sea anemones. It's just going to be all the smallest animals are going to be the fastest, and all the biggest animals are going to be the slowest.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
Well, it just makes bugs very terrifying. Like you think bugs are fast. You think a fly is fast now. You think a bee is fast now. Oh, just you wait. It's going to be a very, very skittery floor, which is not fun. That's not fun to. Why don't we pick questions that are fun to think about for this? That would be cool.
That would be a really nice change of pace.
The next one's fun.
Yeah, next one's fun. Let's go to the next one. That one's fun.
Okay. All right. I see what we're doing. Next one up. What if all shopping was done via claw machine? You want something? There it is. It's in the claw machine.
So what do you think the actual success rate of a claw machine is?
I'm pretty sure they're rigged to a specific percentage of attempts.
Yeah, I think they are. Like, I think they program it to be like less power for a lot of them, and then every once in a while it goes full power.
Yeah, they usually adjust it to where it only pays out once every, X attempts, which is interesting. Are we going to say that it's still rigged?
Or is it only skill-based? If it's only skill-based and you're good at claw machines, you can get stuff for pretty cheap.
Yeah, you can make a living as a personal shopper.
That's true.
Man, it is actually frustrating to see like the setup instructions include like a how-to on how to set up how often you want it to actually like just go for it full power. Like I'd rather it be just like the shape of the claw sucks for picking things up and you have to get lucky. Like at the fair when they have like the basketball hoops that are like really narrow, so it's hard to get a basket because of the stupid shape, not because like the rim expands 1 in 10 shots.
I think the rim is like oval or something, which makes it harder. Honestly, I don't understand how it's legal for them to like manipulate the power and not really tell you that it's doing that.
That is a very good question, actually.
Yeah, nobody's really asking. I'm sure in small print somewhere on the machine it tells you or mentions that, hey, this machine has a variable power output to the claw or something.
I mean, it must, I guess, right? Now I'm trying to quickly Google this.
I think where this really gets me is grocery shopping, where it's just like the quantity of items you need to buy is so high.
Yeah, it takes so long to just finish your groceries.
It also, it'll really depend on what groceries you're getting. Like, I'm going to be eating a lot of bananas, I'll tell you, because they're easy to pick up.
Yeah, what's hard to pick up?
Soup.
I guess things that are heavy.
Yeah, like cans seem pretty tricky, like anything
Round
smooth.
Things. Yeah, smooth, round things.
Oh man, Italian restaurants are so fun.
Oh God.
Okay, legit, how good would that be? You go to an Italian restaurant, and the way you get your meal is you just like a big claw goes into a vat of spaghetti, and you drop it in one of the sauces as it comes out onto your plate.
I love it.
I mean, they'd probably just put the spaghetti in a container.
Oh, no, in this hypothetical, yeah, I'm talking real life. You open up an Italian restaurant with
okay.
spaghetti claw machine.
That'd be gross. I don't think it would be fun. I would not do that.
I would do the heck out of that. Are you kidding? That's so good. Man, yeah, it just takes time, and it's gonna be frustrating.
Yeah, I guess there's not much else to that.
Car shopping's fun.
Car shopping.
House shopping.
Shopping for big things.
What about,
Buying
like
a house.
IKEA? Oh, I was going to IKEA first. Houses are complicated, aren't they?
How does that work?
Mobile homes?
Are mobile homes the answer? No.
No.
They're still not the perfect answer.
Someday.
Also, how pissed would you be? You finally lined up your house, you're like, oh, it looks good, then it drives away. No good. All right, follow-up question. What if all shopping was done via loot boxes? You want stuff? You gotta buy the loot boxes. Randomized things of a category.
Okay, so they are categorized.
Yeah, if you go to the supermarket, you just get like $10 worth of food, or somewhere between $2 and $100 worth of food in your loot box.
Is it like broken up into like produce and like the bakery and like that, or is it just everything in the grocery store?
Let's say everything in the grocery store. That's more fun to me.
Okay.
I would say there's sometimes, I think this is a thing that happens in, loot box systems. They will occasionally have limited time things where they have a limited selection of things in them.
Yeah, like Thanksgiving will have a Thanksgiving loot box.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's like, guys, we're gonna be having lots of mashed potatoes because that was the lowest rarity item was potatoes. So we got a lot of potatoes, and one person gets a slice of turkey.
But it is store specific, so it's not like you're going to the grocery store and you're getting like a book.
Some grocery stores have books. There's a book aisle occasionally.
Or you're not getting like, what don't they sell at grocery stores?
Pants.
Sometimes they like.
Okay, I have
No,
never been to a
pants
grocery store that has pants.
Well, does Walmart count as a grocery store?
No,
It's still
Walmart's not a
groceries.
grocery store.
A Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart's an everything store.
Yeah. Walmart is the best place to buy a loot box.
Or the worst place.
That's the worst place
yeah.
because you want specific things.
But you could get a TV or toilet paper.
That's true. You pay the same price for it.
You do.
How much are these loot boxes?
I would guess.
We have to say average price for the stuff you're getting. Like, they're rated so that if you open 1,000 loot boxes, you have like exactly your money's worth.
Per store? So like a place like Walmart, you pay the same price, you get a wide range of things?
Right.
No. Like if you buy 1,000 Walmart loot boxes under this category, your net value will be average. Like if you buy houses, your loot box is going to have houses of varying price ranges, but if you bought 1,000 of them, you would break out even.
Okay. So because Walmart sells TVs and stuff, their loot boxes would be more expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but by volume, the amount
But
of things
TVs might just be rare.
Yeah, right. And like it would be based on the volume of things they sell. So most of what you get from a Walmart loot box would be like, I don't know, clothes and household products and things like that, right? Like,
Yeah, you're gonna open up a lot of dish towels before you get your flat screen.
exactly. God, imagine going to like Home Goods. Home Goods is already basically buying from a loot box.
Imagine if you went to like a Costco's.
Costco is kind of hilarious because they're going to be expensive because everything at Costco is relatively expensive because you're getting large amounts of it.
You're going to get a large amount of something you don't want.
Yes, yeah. You're going to spend, $45 and get 300 cans of Chef Boyardee.
I actually love the idea of this at clothes stores, like clothes and food shopping both, where it's just like, there's a lot of clothes, like a lot of my favorite clothes are ones that people have given me that I would never have bought for myself. So I kind of dig the idea of just going to the store and being like, yep, shirt box, please. And you just get some shirts.
I mean, we say that. That's a thing, right? Aren't there like monthly... Isn't that what
is a
like...
thing.
I can't remember the name of them now, but there's like monthly subscription boxes where they just send you clothes and you pick the ones you want to keep out of them.
I've seen some of those. Some of them like you have to get like a stylist who actually like interacts with you, and I hate that. I hate that idea. But Now they can't sponsor this show. They sponsor on podcasts. We're already screwed. But the thing is, that would be like, I don't want to be the only person that is doing their clothes via loot box. Then if you have a stupid shirt on, you're like, oh, haha, yeah, I got it in my loot box. And people are like, okay, why don't you just go buy a shirt that's good and not that? But if everyone has to do it, it's more fun.
Essentially, fashion becomes less of a thing. Like, fashion becomes a thing for very, very rich people that can keep on buying loot boxes and pick what they want. But for most people, I don't think they're going to, like, keep on doing that. They're just going to settle for what they get.
So yeah, so unlike current day, fashion will be reserved for the people with a lot of disposable income. I don't know. I think the clothes and the grocery shopping will be fun. When you need like, oh man, I need like some AA batteries for my remote. That's gonna suck.
How much does do we do like bartering now amongst people? It must be a lot, right?
Bartering becomes a thing. Although I don't think you want to. At what point does bartering become shopping?
Yeah, is that legal? Bartering's illegal now.
Oh, also, yeah, games with loot boxes don't let you trade usually. Also,
That's fair. No, not always. Sometimes you can trade things in loot boxes.
Not always, but yeah,
yeah.
in general, yeah. There's a lot of. Let's say it's a closed economy where you can't actually trade afterwards, which would make things complicated.
I would say that trading is different from shopping in the sense that shopping implies having a currency you're using, whereas trading would be, trading item for item. I think bartering is probably still okay.
Oh, I just figured out the most broken one. Buying a plane ticket.
Oh,
I love it. Oh,
I'd
that's
like one
great.
economy. I'd like one economy box, please. All right, you can either go to Uganda, France, or
Toledo.
I mean, you basically just don't fly anywhere then, right? Because you're not going to get home.
Oh, that's a really good point.
You go to the gas station. It's like you're gonna get regular, unleaded, premium, or diesel.
Oh, no. Also, I've learned that apparently claw games are illegal in California.
I believe it. They're rigged as heck.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they should be illegal, probably.
they definitely should be.
They just gotta be entirely skill based. So there you go. But I think with that, we have to move on to our would you rather question, or else we'll never get the heck out of here. Ben, are you ready for would you rather?
Yes.
Would you rather lose feeling in your legs or your arms for a week?
Oh, okay. So when we say lose feeling, do we literally just mean like you can't?
They're numb. You can't feel them. They function.
So you can still control them.
It's not like when your leg falls asleep and you can't really move it. It's just you can't feel them.
Yeah, it's like, if your leg falls asleep, you can still, sometimes you can't move them very well.
Right, that's
But
kind of what, yeah.
It's like,
They still function.
So it's like all your nerve endings don't work anymore.
yeah, you just can't feel. You just don't have feeling.
That's weird.
Arms or legs?
I'm assuming legs includes feet and arms includes hands.
Yes.
Okay. I thought that probably went without saying, but I wanted you to say it anyway, just to make sure I wasn't missing something very, very obvious in these. It's only a week, you say?
A week, yeah. My first instinct is legs, just because while it's gonna suck, like it's gonna be weird not feeling my legs, I don't feel like I would fall down that often. Like I feel like my legs are mostly on autopilot.
I feel like you'd have to look at your legs while you're walking, I think.
You definitely have to limit how much you moved, but I've limited how much I've been moving for like a year and a half now due to a pandemic. So honestly, I could get by. And if I couldn't feel
Although it is
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it is higher risk though. Because if you fuck up with your legs, you fall over. You can hurt yourself that way. You're probably not gonna fall down if you can't feel your arms. Like you're gonna knock shit over, but I imagine those will be less drastic errors.
I will say that if you can't feel your arms or hands, you probably can't cook for yourself safely. And you probably can't, I can't think of a job you would have where you could not use your hands basically for a week, or very limited to use your hands for a week.
I think I could still probably type without.
Yeah, you could probably
feeling,
type.
like-
It'd just be slower, or you'd mess up more.
Also, most of my job is on the phone, so actually I would probably be generally okay.
Oh, all right, maybe it'd be okay. You would not be able to play video games very well.
Well, I can't do that now.
Hey, self-burn.
Self-burn, got him. But yeah, no, I'm still leaning towards legs. The only anti thing is that it's just a week, and if you're gonna take that, be careful that week. If you just accept that week is lost to you, it's safer to lose the arms.
Like, Okay, if either of these happen, I'm probably taking the week off of work. I just call my boss and be like, "Hey, boss, can't feel my legs. See you in a week."
Which is entirely legitimate. Yeah.
Right? No, it's reasonable. Like you're good. Like this is a reasonable.
Hey, I'm gonna go to the doctor like 4 times this week because what the fuck?
Yeah.
Do you think it's actually like a medical condition, or you just accept that this is happening as?
We should probably just say that this is you've the devil rises up from the underworld. He's like, you gotta pick one, and you're like, really? And he's like, yeah, I'm the devil, and you're like, all right, fine.
Yeah, and I think I would rather accepting that I'm just going to basically not do anything for a week. Most likely, I would rather lose use of my legs, stick around my apartment, and play video games than stick around my apartment and I guess like watch TV and not be able to like cook for myself.
Yeah, I mean, this would have been my 12-year-old dream of just like, oh wow, I can't do anything, and I have to just sit around and play video games all day.
Right,
Oh
exactly.
no.
I mean, apparently I only walk 30 steps a day, so
So you basically already are living like this.
yeah.
Chris, you should probably just check every once in a while that you still have legs. Just like, just a quick little body check.
Yep. Sounds like we all agree.
Yeah, I think it's legs. If I had to go out and do more stuff, again, maybe, but I don't know. I feel like the legs are on autopilot enough that it's going to be the legs. I do have a vivid memory of like, it was like middle school or like early high school maybe, where I'd overslept getting ready in the morning. My mom like basically kicks in my door. And I was like frantically get up to like rush to get ready. Only I'd slept with both my arms like underneath my pillow with my head on top. And literally both my arms were so numb for like a minute and a half that I was out of bed standing in front of my dresser with both my arms hanging limp at my sides, and I could not move them to like open up the drawer to like get a shirt. And I'm just sitting there like
But I have done the like stuff in my arms, my alarm's going off. I'm frantically trying to like drag an arm over to it to turn it off.
That does happen pretty often to me. My arm, like me sleeping on my arm. It always freaks me out.
I kind of love it, honestly, at this point, where I'm just like, I can't do anything. I can't even lift this shit. But yeah, if you listener, if you have lost feeling in your extremities and are stuck around doing nothing, it's a good time to do this podcast. And if you're enjoying this podcast, it's also a good time to donate to this podcast through our Patreon, www.patreon.com/absurdhypotheticals. Click on that Become a Patron button for just $1 a month. That's like nothing. It's like the 1/5 the price of a cup of coffee, and it's not even every day. It's just one time in the month. $1, you can become a patron, and you get access to all our additional content that we make specifically for the Patreons. There's a whole bunch of stuff there, and you get all of it for just that one singular dollar, and it means a lot to the show. We highly appreciate it. So go and do that. If you want to help out the show in non-monetary ways, tell people about it. If you enjoyed it, if you have a fun fact, use it at a party, and people are like, why do you know that? Blame us. We're the ones who told you that stupid, crazy fact. If you suddenly say plant nipples for no reason and, in polite conversation, and people are like, where did that come from?
That's neither fun nor a fact, so.
Yeah, well, it might be stuck in your brain because I'm thinking about it, sure as heck. So, yeah, there's that. Blame us, but let people know that you enjoyed it here first. Or send us a question. Either if you're listening to this on YouTube, you can just put it right in the comments, or otherwise, you send us an email, absurdhypotheticals@gmail.com, and we are very happy to receive and, potentially implement listener questions, and you might hear your question and be immortalized forever in this digital media format until the internet actually breaks and nobody can listen to it anymore. It's a sad day for everyone, but we got bigger problems because all the banks are broken.
I save all the episodes on my hard drive, so I would have it.
Well, you assumedly are not Chris, except for Chris, high editing Chris. Hello.
Hello.
Drink some water because my Fitbit is telling me that I need to drink water because I have a giant water bottle, and if I drink all of it, I still don't have enough water for the day because apparently I'm supposed to drink 17 of these fucking things and be made entirely of liquid. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll be drinking water pretty much constantly until next week, where we answer the following question. Which football mascot would football the best?